aircraft carrier, a tank, and a bed bug model. This is Scott. And I got a rifle, and I got a Willie, and I got a Slinky. And I got a knife. Give me a glass of water.
For Christmas, I have a lot of nice things. I have an electric. I also can warm up TV dinners if I want. I have perfume by the ton. I have baking foil. I have 2 new dresses and a pantsuit. I also have trivets and a new clock, which I'm going to use when I paint my kitchen. And here's Curtis.
I got this is Curtis. I got a guitar, and I got a gun, and I got a model, airplane model, and I got a bow and arrow, and I got a puzzle and a record. And I got a leather kit. I can make my own bowfoots. And I got a beads that I can make necklace.
This is your trusty old brother speaking. What I got for Christmas was a 747 bow and arrow, Marcus walkie-talkie, candy, of course that, cassettes, Slinky, tambourine, and that's all, folks.
This is Mr. Huber speaking. For Christmas, I got a Benzodrine burner, a new cap and ball pistol to hang on the wall, a picture from Scott of a rhinoceros. I got Christmas cards. I got neat Christmas cards. I got a picture of Mike in his Cub Scout suit that he made at Cub Scouts. I got a perfume, and I got a new sweater, and I got new cufflinks, and I got so many things that I'd like to tell a little story. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs, and all 3 little pigs went down the street to build themselves a house. First little pig's name was Scott. Second little pig's name was Mike. Third little pig's name was Curtis. And the third little pig didn't have any teeth. And they all picked their nose. Here's the Huber family singing Silent Night. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
Virgin and virgin, mother and child,
Holy infant, so tender and mild,
Sleep,
Sleep in heaven, peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Oh, I can't sing when I have something in front of me. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Through the meadow we will build a snowman, we'll pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire and say Santa.
This is Scott Huber. This is Huntley Brinkley. Would you knock that off? Last week there was an ice cream tornado. We don't know where it hit, but it was gone. Last week, 250 frogs came into the Huber's house. They didn't know what to do, so they ate them all. Last week, the 3 little pigs got butchered. They sold 50 cents a pound. Now, here's Joe Brinkley for the weather.
This is Joe Brinkley for the weather. Today, the weather forecast is fair, partly cloudy, and rainy. We'll have sunshine throughout the year and through the rest of the month. Now we turn over to Curtis, who will bring you the sports telecast.
One man, when he was skiing, he fell in the snow and he got buried. Someone came along and got him out, and he was in a big old iceberg. So he melted, the iceberg melted, and he melted with it.
That's all for NBC News. Over and out.
Oh.
This is what happened to Santa last year. His elves went on strike, they ran out of paint, and Rudolph's nose burned out. And I guess that Santa's sleigh is rusty and he needs a good paint job. Half the elves gave up. Their paintbrushes are wrecked, their hammers are broke, their nails are bent and rusty.
Miss Gaylord, I'm going to read you the paper today. It is disturbing that the federal executive lunches are subsidized by the taxpayers. What worries the board members of the Spring Valley High School, there's always have been some mavericks among the Negro citizens. Or they might even cite a court decision in San Francisco and Detroit and to freeze the faces of the federal government. Jobs inquiries say they are, but the Russians indicated that they've hung up their reserves in the foreign aid. Among the multitude of causes in the Cedric causes-ridden ages is one of them, and then the members' liberation movement. Now we go to the UN, and then there was when the war broke out between the Indian and the Pakistani government. The president said Ted Kennedy told the Russian delegation to sit down at the lunch table where they would have lunch. He said to Mr. Khrushchev, he says, Mr. Khrushchev, you sit here, and Mr. And for their supper, they recorded and they ate. I should say they put in their order and they ate. Mr. Khrushchev wanted a bowl of borscht, and Mr. Castro wanted some of everybody else's. Now, back to the news. No saddler-sucker war has been fought in centuries ever since the whole Sacramento must raise questions about the maybe this information will not help much in Spring Valley. We need to ask our government bans young people from X-rated movies with January of 1972 deadline. Complaints can be raised, and the Rochester has hurt their feeling of the Yuletide presents for earlier this month. The Kiwanis Club announced to the Quarry Hill National Park structure will be built this spring, regardless of the cost, and it's quite...
Who cut into it?
Hello, this is Scott Huber. I saw Halley's Comet.
And maybe some counter-proposals, McManus told the convicts. Haley's comments during the interview, the second annual snowmobile fair, and 3 inmates, the state's biggest bank reduced crime rates. Always room for Bethlehem for those who need friendship. Hoffa turned, technically president shortened Hoffa's 13-year sentence. Dollar improved European foreign exchange. U.S. prisoners would, while they did not mention any other things. Goodbye.
This is good. This is Bruce Paradise.
Smell it. Don't spill it.
That's that. This is very mild. This is just Bruce Paradise cologne. This is nice.
What is that?
That's that powder.
Hey, Philip.
Forward too fast.
Say something?
Wait a minute, we're recording, ain't we?
No, of the expensive brands and the cheaper meat.
Say no.
One time, there was a man who lived